Greetings, Internet. Oh, a little scratch there. Greetings, Internet. Welcome to Aaron Plays, and I hope you're doing fantastically well. In this episode, I'm going to be doing turns 3 and 4 of the first scenario from however you pronounce that. Okay? In the previous episode, I did turns 1 and 2. I was going to try and do all 4 turns, and it went longer than anticipated. So, yeah, there we go. I'm doing turns 3 and 4. If you enjoy what I do, remember the like button and subscribe, etc. But let's get to the map and see what's going on. All right, so we're at turn 3. And I'm looking at that line, I'm thinking, what do I do? How do I get through that? I just, I did my 2 best units, 2 best guys, here and here, caused one of his guys to fall back a hex. Okay. And we're still talking about, I'm thinking about movement here. What am I going to do? I'm going to try and get around the edge. This is where we're having our discussions about half hexes. And this is when I'm having the realization, I can't charge. So we're into my movement. That over here, yeah, dead dude, keep getting in the way. Well, I'm going like that side, and I'm still giving him at the moment the 2 column shifts for the guys on top of I'm trying to work out, okay, he's not great. So I'm bringing as much as possible to bear on his line. Oh, moving the guys up. All right. To the bottom of the map here. Let's have a look what I'm trying to do. This is where we have the edge of the map discussion. I was thinking, right, I can move there. And he was yeah, the little chat. I thought, okay. I mean, that is a bit sneaky, I suppose. But this is where we talk about edge of maps. I'm thinking, well, is that the only way I can get through? But yeah, let's play fair. Okay, if anyone can answer that question, this is where my guy is like, just cannot get, the hill slopes too close together. Can't get through. Right, so that was my movement. So we're now into my combat. We started. All right, so that's 2 dudes. And you look at the attack base, they're just zooming a little bit on what's actually happening there. Okay, so I've got an attack of 24 plus 14, which is 38. Take away his 8 is 30. Yeah, I'm going to bring these little charts up again. So it's combat against infantry. So we're looking at this column here, but as you can see, there is a tree there. So that drops me down a column. All right, drops me to 21-30. So I'm at 30, down a column because of the trees, up a column again because there's 2 dudes fighting 1. And here's my great roll, 7. 7 is that guy that's in that tree's armored? He is not. So 21-30 with a 7 is a D. D result, which equals 1 defender stunned. I stunned him. Yay. But with not having another guy there, I can't hurt him anymore. So this is why sometimes it's useful to attack with 1 guy and then attack with another guy once they're stunned. Okay, so he gets stunned. Over on this flank. Okay. 51-70. 3 guys against 1 guy on a slope. Now he's disadvantaged in this case because he's on effectively defending on unstable ground. However, I'm attacking from a slope, and it always gets so they cancel out. But 51-70 column, I roll a 9. I just can't seem to get anything going. This is where I was going. Yeah, that's a D. That's another stun. And I'm thinking, I'm just not getting anything going. It's like I'm about, all right, a stun is great, I can't do anything about the situation. I can advance over the stun guy, which I do. Trying to get the angles right. And there I go. I thought, oh, okay, I'm breaking through, but that stun guy's going to stand back up. 3 guys against 1, maybe. I actually do 2 guys against 1. 21 to 30 column. I roll an 8. You know, my rolls are great. Forced him back 1 hex. Woohoo! Against this one here, 9 to 12, got an 8. I'm actually retreated. 21 to 30, 6, 2 stun dudes. I just can't get through. Because I could advance, but I can't stay advanced on top of him. I can't. I've got to. Can't remain on top of a stun dude. All right. So it's now the Saxon turn, and we have some more missile fire coming in. I'm going to zoom back out again a little bit, show what's going on. So we've got this guy here lobbing his lance at the butt of my horse. We're still having questions about line of sights, but hey ho, most of us we're getting there, I think. So he's firing at that. Range 5, range 4, and 3. He's working his way around to work out what he's going to fire at. This is where I got a little confused. I thought my guy was actually on top of the slope there. He's not. He's actually at the bottom. Well, he's on the slope, isn't he? So still lots of line of sight questions. He fires at the butt of the horse, I think. Rolls a 9. He misses, but means he actually hits the head of the guy. Rolls a 2. Okay, my guy's wounded. You can see his value's dropped. More shots coming in. I really have no answer to the fire. Hits, wounded. So my impact is being weakened by his fire, which is fair enough. I mean, that's what you'd expect. I just to say in the last episode wasn't expecting the amount of fire. I was expecting 3 cavalrymen, that was it. So is that another one wounded? No, he was forced back. Saxon moves. He was working out where to place his line and who's going to attack and combat and such forth. So again, we've got a lot of, here they come, reforms the shield wall there. All 3 of them going to be attacking my knight, and I'm feeling I'm getting mobbed. I've got less men, and yeah, I think this is a scenario. All right, we've been giving him advantages with the shield wall. But yeah, and me not being able to charge and such forth. But there's a lot of Saxons there, and my dice haven't helped. I can't blame them totally. I mean, I should have worked out that I couldn't charge. I should have worked out the amount of missile fire. But it's a learning scenario, and at the end of the day, we're playing, and it's been fun. So Saxon combat, as you can see, there's a lot of them. Okay, he attacks with those 2, and I'm thinking he can't attack with 2 dudes. You know, his attack value is 7 plus 8 is 15 against 14. That puts him on the +1. Ah, but a 3 helps. So that forces me to retreat, and this is where we was like, well, where can I retreat? Because this, the half X. And I said, you know, well, can I retreat over his stun guys? You can't go retreat over an enemy. What, even if they're stunned? I mean, this horse would trample those 2, but there's no cut. It basically says you can't retreat over an enemy. That's the rule. So a stun guy stops a mounted Norman knight from being able to retreat. Now, strictly by the rule, because we're not sure about the half hexes, my guy now should become wounded because he can't walk over a stun dude. Really? That needs to be looked at because that just doesn't make sense. Those guys are down. My horseman, all right, he's been forced back by the stubborn infantry here, should be able to retreat over a guy that's on the ground, surely. So, this is where we're having the questions, and I'm thinking, right, I'm going to go retreat on the half hex. I'm not taking advantage movement-wise to get sneak around, but I think, the end of the world is not here. I can't see any reason why I shouldn't be able to retreat these on half hex. If I had to retreat 2 hexes, then I'd say I have a problem, because then I could displace him. He's my guy. But it was 1 hex. So, yeah, stun dudes on the ground can stop someone retreating. Just doesn't sit right. Again, if there's something I've missed in the rules, let me know. Okay. Again, this is all talking, and these guys move forward, which is fair enough. He wants to bottle me in. All right. 2 guys against another mounted one. He rolls a 1. And I'm like, oh. I'm found the dove. So the horse is fine. My guy's dead. Okay, this is where we get the horsey question coming up. And I'll wait until it comes to my 4th turn, because I was like really frustrated by this because it seemed so bonkers. But yeah, he's got multiple guys attacking mine. I just rolls a 6, forces me back. Means I'm having to fight up slope again. And he's got 3 dudes against my knight here. Okay. I can't remember, he did 2 lots of 2, but he rolled a 9, which is enough to force me back a couple of hexes. Okay. And then he stands all these guys that were stunned up, and we go into Norman turn 4. Okay. As you can see, this is not going the way I wanted it to go. And this is where the horse question comes up, because the horse is obviously taking up a hex. So I thought, right, okay, I've got to lead the horse away. How do I get that horse out of that position? Now, according to the rules, to lead a horse, you've got to lead it from the 3 hexes to the front. Well, there's Saxon there, Norman there. Okay, so he can lead the horse away. No, he can't, because there's an enemy there that's challenging him, so he stops him grabbing the horse. So I thought, okay, it's a horse. What can I do about it? According to the rules, nothing. Can only be led. Why can't this guy just tap that horse on the arse, go, whoa, get out the way? Can't do it. There's no rule to cover that. That horse will sit there until someone leads it away or it gets killed. To me, bonkers. These are valuable bits of kit. Okay, why can't a man come here, grab it by the saddle, and lead it away? No, the rules say from there, or there, and that's it. And if any one of those hexes has an enemy that can attack you, you can't do it. So that horse will just sit there. And I even asked a question onto Board Game Geek. Why can't these horses just tap it on the arse, bum, or whatever, drag it, whatever, and they'll surely be led away by a Norman guy out of the way. Or even, I say, just like a loud noise, clap it, and make it, and it will go through the only place it can go through, which is this hex here, and probably make a full move in this direction. That to me would make a logical sense. The rules don't cover that. I might house rule that, because I just do not understand how that can. It breaks the verisimilitude of the situation. I cannot see the logic. Maybe someone can explain it to me. Anyway, moving on. A little bit. I'll do some missile fire. I get a guy to retreat. Yay! All right. Then we had a shot. Oh, can I actually fire from this guy here into this guy here? There's a wood there and a horse there. And I thought, fair enough, Can't do it. Okay. It's a lance. Yeah, I can't fly along the hex line. I thought that seemed reasonable enough. Okay. Remember, my horsemen can't actually enter those woods. They can attack into it, but they can't enter it. So I'm working out, where am I going to attack? Because I have to break through somewhere. Oh, Norman move. Still talking about that horse. So I'm now turning my guys around and going somewhere else. Yeah, having a bit of problem with which is left and right. And he's saying, "Oh, can I attack there?" You just turn around. I said, "No, there is no attack rule. There's no attack of opportunity is the word I use, because that's a Dungeons and Dragons term. I'm just backing out there. If I moved past these figures, then you can attack. So I'm trying to relocate. Yeah, we had a little discussion about that. And there we go. I'm just turning around my horses, backing off from that infantry, trying to get a little bit of traction over here now, because this is just getting too... It's unbelievably hard. And if you're a Leeds United fan, you might understand what I've just done there. Yeah. So again, we're working our way through rules. Is this now negated the shield wall? And this is where we realize, oh, maybe you shouldn't have got 2 terrain column shifts, only the 1. But I've done it now, so yeah. So we're now only going to get 1 column shift for the slope. You either get the slope or you get the shield wall. You don't get both. Or I don't think you do. So now bringing up some light infantry that might be able to do some damage next time. And yeah, I'm shifting my angles of attack, trying to create, I was going to hit the flanks. Well, let's now focus on the center, because he's spread out a little bit. I technically move faster than him, though the terrain negates all those kind of advantages from the horses, as in I don't have any. Okay, and we're now into Norman combat. So I think that was my first kill. I have killed a Saxon. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, it's been hard work. I actually got a die roll, as you can see here, of 4, lower than 6. Wow. We're now focusing on a bit more on the wall. I'll get another one. 2 dead dudes. Okay. Starting to... Now, this is where, I thought, well, okay, I'm going to advance into the hex. If you advance, you've got to go into the hex that had the effect, which I can advance in there. But then if I advance from there to there, then this guy can get an attack of... an infiltration attack, not an attack of opportunity. And I was saying, well, okay. Again, from a realism point of view, he's got a shield wall here all the way along. Now, if I'm here and move through that hex, we're saying this guy can do an infiltration attack, but he's a shield wall. He's facing the other way. I know there's no facing on these guys. The rules don't say, but they're given a rule there. If attacked through the front and such forth, you're trying to get to, I don't know, I'm using the term again, realism. Those guys are in shield wall solid. How's he going to say, oh, well, hold on a minute. You guys at front don't do anything. I'm just going to turn around and whack this guy. That breaks the shield wall, surely. Again, a rule put in there with not enough means you can't do attacks of infiltration behind you. 1-line sentence. Makes sense. You're maintaining your shield wall. You can't suddenly break it up to go, you know what, I'm just going to whack this guy, to the side. You guys don't do anything. Don't do anything when I do that. Whack, whack, whack. Oh, I'm back in my shield wall now. No. So again, a rule that's written, good rule. I like the shield wall idea, but there needs a little bit more to it, if you see what I mean. Okay, because that's stopping me, and this is where we're having the discussion. Now, if I declared an attack with him on him, then he won't be able to. But look at the odds, 10-6 down a slope and the rest of it. I thought, no, there's no point. So it stops my penetration too far. Yeah, this is all us discussing. Can't move on. Yeah, I moved on to a half map hex there. This one I'm trying to move. It's the dead dude that's again causing the problems. I did say there's a problem with the module. Okay, so we moved the dead dude over here. My horse has kicked him a little bit. Get out of the way. And because I only got advanced to 1 hex, he doesn't get the attack of infiltration, not opportunity. Next attack coming in. I get a 5 on this guy. What does that do? I can't remember it. It stuns him. Was it killed him? Oh yeah, that was the third Saxon. So I've killed a few guys this turn. But again, I'm limited by how much I can advance it unless I take the risk of attacks of. And again, I can't get my angles right. Again, it's the dead guy that's causing the problem. Move the dead guy out of the way. Okay. I'm not going to progress any further because, again, I don't want to take the risk of these attack of infiltrations, which makes sense. You know, if there's a gap, if you move through it, someone's going to whack you with it. But when you've got so few guys, it's... And I know my luck. So, yeah, I'm starting to make a little bit of headway in that center. To my mind, it's starting to, we've got major tussle over this side here. And we've got, it looks like a skirmish. It looks as I would anticipate it. Guys everywhere getting in, getting stuck in. There are no morale rules in this, and maybe that needs to be addressed. But at present, the look is right. Just sometimes that rule, apart from that bloody horse, this horse in the middle, that don't look right. But apart from that, it looks like a proper ruck. And I'm loving it from that perspective. Just wish the rules were a bit tighter. Maybe that's coming from an ASL background, but where you've got exceptions to everything multiple times, and then you've got like a 100-page rule book. Okay, I can grant that. And maybe we need to make a few little house rules on this. Are we into? Oh, we're in the Saxon movement. We didn't do much firing. I'm too close now, really, for him to do much firing. So he's coming. Did I actually not say Saxon movement? Or did I? I just missed it. Norman combat. Saxon turn 4. There we go. Sorry, I do apologise. He's jibber-jabbering away there and clicking and not saying what's going on. There was no fire because I'm now too close. And also, there's a lot of these guys who ran out of ammo. So, in his javelin can only throw over the heads of his own dudes if they're firing at something that's at medium and long range. I'm like a tick now. I am stuck to these Saxons like, a tick on a dog. Well, that's the way I look at it anyway. So, in they come to, he's reforming and he's attacking around the flank. So I am getting the feeling of being mobbed. I'm outnumbered. I'm just desperately trying to break through. And if I get, as you've seen, I took out 3 guys that turn. So if I can get in at him, I can hurt him. But it's getting in at him. Okay. Saxon combat, and I'm forced back again. Force me own guys back. So I'm sort of getting onto the ridge and then getting pushed back. And again, it feels right. It's getting to the point of who's going to have the most staying power. So yeah, we're doing little combats. He wounded his own guy there. But yeah, I'm getting wounded as we go along. Being forced back. So again, it does have the right feel in my mind. I mean, sorry, I've never been in a medieval fight. I know there's a lot of reenactment groups that do it, not being in one of those. But from what I've seen in and read from accounts, yeah, it looks right. And that's where we ended the log file. So that was the end of the turn 4. We're about to start turn 5. You don't want to click anything else on there. So that's where we're at. So let's have a little sort of zoom out recap. Okay. So it's all happening and fighting along that ridge. He's come off the upper slope to swarm me. That, well, now some of us are fighting on the same level. That takes his terrain advantage away. So I'm looking, this area is starting to look a bit weak. But can I get enough strength? Because I'm here, I'm totally embroiled. I've got no reserve. And maybe that's a mistake. Maybe I should have had 2 guys sitting at the back here, waiting for a gap. Again, first game of the system, of this, not my first game, his first game of the system, my first game in a while, and definitely not fighting this kind of terrain. Can I pull back? Can I sort of, exploit here? Maybe with the missile fire, get rid of him and then start working my way around. Don't know. That'll be in the next episode, which will be after we played, which we'll be playing in a couple of days' time, this particular situation. So that's where we're up to now. This episode's been a lot shorter because we have been playing a bit quicker, and I'm not explaining as much detail because if you've watched the previous episode where I went into quite a bit of detail on the combat charts and so on. But anyway, let's go back up screen to where I am, and let's see what's happening on the. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I did. I enjoyed it a lot, even with the situation of the horse just sitting there, even with the situation of half X's. There were a lot of rule queries. I mean, those 4 turns took us about 4 hours to play. Hopefully, it'll get quicker now because it is technically a quick play system. Once you run out of questions to ask about lines of sight and how things line up and the shield walls and terrain and so on, there was a lot of that going on. And that's first game and first time playing each other, those kind of questions. I think there's going to be quite a few house rules we're going to have to put in, especially about that bloody horse. And that's fine. I've got no problem as long as we maintain that. Moving forward, if we're right in there, horse can be moved, be chased away quite easily. For it's just to sit there. We did raise it. Well, these are combat horses. These are war horses. They're trained. Maybe they're trained to do that. No, I can't see. If they're trained to do that, we'll also be trained to grab the saddle. You don't just have to grab the bridle. And even if you have to grab the bridle, you can grab it from the saddle. It's not beyond the realms of possibility. One of my guys should be able to pull that, not just from those 3 front X's. Whinge over, honestly. I'm not going to mention it again, or not in this episode anyway. We're all entitled to our whinges and such. The dice balanced out. In the previous 3 turns, the dice were definitely against me. But in that 4th turn, I did get some rub, which was nice. The Saxons starting to take casualties because obviously if he's taking casualties, he's got less men to field that wall. And then I can actually then start breaking through. So at one point, I think on the second turn, I was like, bloody hell, or second or third turn, with this effective shooting, my guy's got to retreat one guy and him guys killing mine or forcing mine or stunning mine. I was thinking, I nearly conceded at one point, personal morale check, but I recovered, and now we're plugging on. So it's in the balance. I can't see me getting 7 men up that hill. So I need, 12 or more is a total victory, and 8 or more up to 12 is a marginal victory. I think I might be tough. I mean, at the present rate, I'm hoping I'm not going to give him a total victory because at the moment I've got 1 guy on top of that hill, and he's swarmed. So hopefully I can winkle my way through. But it's been fun. That's the main thing. And I'm already looking forward to whatever the next scenario is. But we've still got actually 8 turns of this one to go. So there might be, at the casualty rate, there might be 2 dudes left on the map. And if there's only 2 dudes left on the map, then he wins. So, there might be a point where I can't actually get enough men to give him a total victory. But I would like to play it to the end, see if he can get a total victory, if you see what I mean. But anyway, till next time, remember to hit the like button or tickle it or whatever you need to do, because it's through the likes that I know that you guys are enjoying and watching. Views, yeah, it's great to get a lot of views, but a view could be 3 seconds. Yeah, I'm fed up, move on. I don't know if that person, well, obviously they've moved on and weren't interested, but it shows up as a view. But if you actually make the effort to do the like button, I know you at least watched a fair amount of the video to like, and also it tells me actually this is, people are liking it. That means they're watching it. That means that I'm doing things correct. If you do decide to do the dislike button, please put a comment to let me know why. And also any comments, especially like the rules query, are saying we might have missed something on the horse. There might have been a Facebook comment or a comment somewhere by one of the designers say, yeah, you can move the horse. But they haven't put it in the rules. Put it in the rules. I'm whinging again, and I said I wasn't going to. Right. Anyway, until next time. Thank you for watching. And bye, Internet.